Debate tomorrow. Do you care? Terry Shapper, Tim Walz, and J.D. Vance go head-to-head in their first and only debate tomorrow night. Time magazine says it's going to be messy and a Midwest-off for the ages. What do you think?
I think they're setting it all up because, of course, they're putting in information like, oh, Tim Walz is really nervous.
Yeah.
First of all, who's running the debate? I'm sure it's a friendly people for Walz, probably. Who's doing it?
Is it what network? CBS News.
It's not. It's yeah. My problem with Walz, it was a lot because I think his whole like down home all shucks thing is a costume.
Yeah.
It's not, because that's just who he is. He's fake. It bugs the shit out of me as a 25-year veteran of special forces and been downrange a few times. The dude has lied so often about his service. And, if you're a truck driver in the military, right on, dude. That's a good job and it's an important thing. Whatever you do in the military it's got its purpose. Now, the combat guys, we hold ourselves to a different standard. But for this dude over and over again to say, I'm a retired command sergeant major, no, you're not. And when people, I was telling the guys, someone back there, like, because I've had people come to me and go, hey, you were this, and I'll correct them on the spot. Go, no, I wasn't there that year. I didn't do that. He never did that. He let them go and go and go. And the big thing is, listen, you want to do that to get free drinks or to get some chicks, I'll mock you, but whatever. But when you're using that fake, I'm not getting rid of weapons of war and get guns. When you're using your bull lies to try to influence public policy that affects me, then I got a problem with you.
Yeah.
So go ahead and tell your friends that you're a bad mofo. Don't care. But when you're starting to use that to actually push policies that are hurting, then we got to take you down.
Yeah. It's like whenever somebody thinks that like I danced at Chippendales, I tell them
right off. Wait, no.
I go, I get it. I do look like them, but that's not me. Kat, do you think this story about Walz being nervous is just a bunch of bullshit?
I think it's more to try to make him look more like a cutie pie.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think the whole thing is like he's just this nice guy. I mean, even look at he always makes that face in pictures.
Yeah.
Like he was he just lost a tickle fight. Ew. He does.
The corn dog just came to him at the fair.
Yeah, he has a resting, lost a tickle fight face.
Perfect.
And so that's how he gets, he can go ahead and he can say all those things. He's lied a lot. But then J.D. Vance is very good at talking, okay? But he has made these comments like the childless cat lady comment that's going to come up.
Of course.
The eating cats and dogs is going to come up. So you have tickle fight face there who's like, I'm the nice guy.
Yes.
So regardless of how J.D. Vance does in terms of actually skilled speaking, there will be people that are going to see this is a nice guy versus mean bully. Therefore, they're going to say he wins no matter what.
It's a good point. I think
this is why I hate liars. Because they forget their lies. If you are a badass drill sergeant, major, captain, walked through Iraq like somebody with me, please, went into Minnesota and changed everything and showed, and you hunt and you own guns, and you mean to tell me you are the man's man? You wear a camouflage hat and camouflage drawers when you go to sleep at night, and you're scared to talk to some dude in a suit?
Yeah.
About answers on a TV show? Yeah. You're nervous? I'm afraid? That doesn't sound to me like a guy who literally walks around like he has camouflage Superman on his chest when he rips his shirt off. His fake valor, and now he has fake fear. I think he probably is afraid because JD's probably going to hit him with a lot of policy stuff, and he's not going to have any because he doesn't have anything. He doesn't do interviews for a reason. He was brought in to be the talking piece for her, and after 2 interviews, they're like, no more. So he should be nervous about the fact that he's going to be exposed for who he is in this debate because the one thing he can't lie about, and I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, he's got a horrible temper. And the real Tim shows up when he's cornered and embarrassed. Yeah. And it's going to come out tomorrow night. And they're hoping they can get J.D. Vance to say something. He'll say something, but he always has that, like, slick lawyer. You kind of want to punch him in the face. Like, I don't have anything against J.D. Vance, but something about him when he talks, I'm just like, you just want to hit him in the face. His policy's good. Like, I don't hate him, but I don't know, maybe he shouldn't have the beard. It's like he has round face and the beard. You gotta have skinny face and the beard when you're little. But both guys have their issues. But at least we know who J.D. Vance is.
Right.
We're gonna see the real Tim. That's what he's worried about.
Jamie, which Best Western will you be watching this from?
I swear, last week they put me up in just a good Western. And
A moderately acceptable Western.
yeah, it wasn't even. We should do, the whole debate should be decided just on how these guys look.
Yeah.
I agree with everyone on the panel. J.D. Vance looked like he lost the tickle fight. But for real though, J.D. Vance looks like a guy that's ready to go, right? Like a professional. And then for some reason, Walz looks like when you dress a baby up to go to a wedding. They are always.
That's actually really funny.
They are always trying to. They're trying to tell all these cute stories about what. Like, remember the one where they said he flew in on a jet. He was wearing a sweatpants and a sweatshirt, and he changed into it for his speech. He went into a stall and changed into a tuxedo. A lot of people don't talk about this. Kamala was in the stall next to him, changing ethnicities, and. I don't know.
So I've ended there.
So we're done.
Maybe. I almost said changing policies, but I went with ethnicities. He does, the nervous thing, I think, is complete bullshit. We're talking about, like, his prep. It didn't... I don't know if he ever really answered that. It was almost like they wanted to just tell a fun story. People ask me that about this show. That's one of the most common questions. They go, how do you prep for Gutfeld? And I go, I can't speak for anyone else, but, like, I'll shave my balls, you know.
We had to make sure to get that in.
It makes me feel...
I kind of feel a lot better now because I thought I was the only one that did that. Yeah. I feel like,
Yeah.
my man, thank you.
I feel lighter. I don't know.
I would like to be off the team now.
No, you're not.
Shave your balls if you're for Walz. As good as any slogan, I guess. Up next, hear John Kerry screech about limiting free speech.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.